Welcome in everybody, my name is Kyle, and in today's class we're going to be focusing on the shoulders, maybe a little bit into the neck as well. For class today, 2 blocks would be ideal. If you don't have blocks, you can use books or something that's roughly the same height, and we'll also use a strap. So take a moment to gather those things. When you are ready, we'll start in a virasana position or a comfortable seat on the knees. And we'll make use of this strap right away, so go ahead and unravel your strap. And we're going to bring the arms up and overhead. So it should be roughly like shoulder width distance, and we really want to focus on the pinky side of the hands pulling away from each other. Okay? We'll take a deep breath in here, grow tall. And as we exhale, lower the strap slowly behind your head. And you'll reach a point there where you're like, oh, I can't go any lower with the strap, just linger there for a moment. And then take a breath in. We're going to keep that tension in the strap, so outer edges of the hands continue to move away from each other. Push the arms up and overhead. Good. On the exhale, we slowly lower down. You'll feel the shoulder blades slide down the back a little bit. Try to keep the neck from jutting forward too much. Inhale, we extend the arms up. Good. One more time here. We exhale, elbows wide. Think about lifting the chest a little bit. And we inhale to reach the arms back up and overhead. Good. Nice and easy. Set the strap off to the side. We'll make our way into a tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips over the knees. Take a moment, shift the weight around, weight into the heel of the hand, outer edges, thumb side of the hand. Just feeling your space here. Maybe turning fingers to face the sides of the mat or towards the knees for a moment, just so you work into some different areas of the wrists and of the forearms. Yeah. Always a good idea to get a little bit of attention into the wrists because they are a connection point to the ground, particularly in vinyasa. And then as you feel ready, you move the spine around a little bit. Come back to that neutral tabletop, toes tuck under, hips gently lift up and back into a downward facing dog. So first downward facing dog, pedal out the feet, rock the hips. And then inhale draws us forward to plank pose. Stack shoulders over the wrists for a moment, hips move forward. And then exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the belly. As the hips make contact with your mat, let the toes untuck. We inhale, shoulders roll back, baby cobra. Elbows squeeze in tight to the body here. Feel the shoulder blades move down the back and continue to press your hips into the mat. If at any point this begins to feel pinchy in the low back, just back out of the stretch a little bit. And we're here for one more breath in. Exhale to slowly lower down. As you arrive here, let your right cheek find the mat. Arms relaxed by the side. Just take a moment to pause. Let the shoulder blades fall wide. Couple of moments, deep breaths. Maybe keep the eyes open, looking at the outer edge of your mat. When you're ready, we'll bring the chin back through center. So with the chin on the mat, we're going to take our hands, make fists, and place those fists right in line with the chest. Okay? Legs zip together, so we're nice and strong here. And as we inhale, hips press into the mat, but the chest and the feet lift. Keep your knuckles connected to the mat here. Okay? Once we can't lift any higher with the chest, think about elbows moving towards the ceiling. Just cover the knuckles an inch away from the mat. We're here for 3, for 2, on 1. Keep the lift in the chest. Arms extend back. We lift through the chest, active in the leg. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale to set it down. Left cheek finds the mat. Let the arms relax. So finding some softness across the shoulder blades, width across the upper back. Really good. And from this position, let the chin come back through center. Hands find their way underneath the shoulders. And we'll gently press up and back into a child's pose. Let the forehead touch the mat. Feel length through the sides of the body. And think about arms reaching out of the hips, so sides of the body are long. Maybe rock the forehead side to side for a moment. And then when you are ready, let your left hand slide in so that it's beside your left knee. Right arm can stay where it is. As we inhale, rock forward, think tabletop. You can look up if you'd like. Left arm makes a big half circle. And then we exhale to return to that child's pose. Left hand down next to the right. Right hand slides in line with the right knee. Inhale, we sweep up. Take that right shoulder through the full range of motion. And then exhale, we set it down. Now, 2 more each side. Left hand in. Inhale, sweep up. Find that big reach. Fingertips brush the ceiling. And then exhale, we sink the hips right back to the heels. Right hand in. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more each side. Left hand in. Inhale. Full range of motion. Exhale to sink back. Last one here. Right hand. Inhale. Sweep forward. A little bit of action in the hips. And then exhale, we return to that child's pose. Okay. Inhale draws us forward towards the tabletop position, just so we can walk our knees through and find a comfortable cross-legged seat. We'll start with the right leg outside of the left. And on a breath in here, arms reach up and overhead, grow long through the sides of the body. And as you exhale, drop your right hand over to the right side. Left fingertips lean over to the right. So in this position, try to keep your left hip grounded down and a little bit of rotation for that left arm. It's like you're looking underneath the left bicep. Good. Inhale brings us back through center, grow tall. And then exhale, we're taking it right over to the other side. So the left hand drops down to the left side, the right arm reaches up and over. Good. Now finding your own pace here, just move a little sway from side to side. Right to left, letting the side body lengthen as you find each side. If you're looking for a little more low back as opposed to the shoulders, you could make this more of a circular motion. So we roll forward and then come back through, or stick with that side body activation. Really kind of taking some of the structure out of the practice so we can get into touch with what the body needs in this present moment. Nice. When you're ready, next breath in, draws us back through center, let the arms find the knees. Take a moment again, everything needs to register neutral so that all that energy that's moving around just settle in here for a moment. Deep inhale fills the lungs. Open mouth, exhale, release. Nice. When you feel ready, just grab hold of both of our blocks and we'll place them beside each other at the top of the mat. So if you want to go a little more narrow with the elbows, you may be able to use one block. I tend to have a little bit wider position with the elbows here, but we're going to bring the elbows down to the block. Step the knees back, kind of like we would in a tabletop position. And then from here, I'm moving my chest towards the floor and letting the hands drop behind my head. All this time, I'm pressing down with the elbows. I'm staying active in the shoulders, so I'm not just sinking into my flexibility, but I'm really pushing away from the block with the elbows as I lower the chest. And find that in range where you feel like you're strong, where you feel like you can breathe fully, and just linger there for a moment. Feel like the outer edges of your lat muscles are wrapping towards the mat. Triceps also wrapping down as well. Yeah. One more round of breath, inhaling through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. Next, inhale, push the elbows down into the blocks to bring yourself forward a little bit. We'll step the knees in. Moving the blocks off to the side. Once again, fingertips face the front of the mat, wrists are underneath the shoulders, and we tuck the toes under to find our downward facing dog. So working a little bit of strength in the shoulders here, we'll take our down dog and lift the left arm, let it reach up and behind you. We'll take an inhale here, and then as we exhale, drop to the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left foot, your variation of side plank. So key to the side plank here is that this right hand is strong, index knuckle is connected, and we're not collapsing into the shoulder here, but rather pushing the floor away. Left arm reaches up and overhead. If this is a challenging position to be in, you can set the right knee down. If you're looking for a little more balanced challenge, you could stack the left foot on top of the right. Regardless, we're here for a breath in. And as you exhale, your left foot is going to take a big step to the front left corner of the mat. Control this as best you can. It can be a few steps if you need. As the left foot lands, the right knee sets down. You leave the right toes tucked under and reach your right arm up and overhead as the left hand reaches for your right heel. We stay here lifting through the chest, a little bit of a twist. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, let your right elbow move to the outside of your left thigh. Hands come into prayer and we find a gentle twist here. And we're gazing over the left shoulder, making sure we're breathing into both lungs. Thinking about lengthening the spine. One more inhale. One more exhale. Nice. On a breath in, both arms reach back up and overhead, grow tall. And as you exhale, let your hands come down to frame your left foot. Left foot's going to slip back to meet the right, and we return to our downward facing dog. So right away, we're shifting our sides here. The right hand reaches up so that it's next to the right hip. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot, your variation of side plank. I'm going to turn sideways so we can see each other. Strong in that left hand. Right arm reaches high. If you want to bridge the hips, feel free, but really make sure the focus is on that strength in the left shoulder. Left index knuckle presses down. We're here for an inhale. On the exhale, right foot takes that big step forward, front right corner of the mat. Good. As it lands, left knee sets down. Your right arm reaches back for the left heel. Your left arm reaches up and overhead. Little twist here. Steady the gaze, find your breath. Make sure we're not feeling any compression in the low back. More deep inhale. And on the exhale, we bring that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Twisting open, gazing over the right shoulder. Spine stays long here. Gaze stays steady. Good. Next breath in, let the arms sweep back up and overhead. Long in the spine for a moment. Exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot. Left toes tuck under if they're not already. And you step your right foot back to meet the left, finding your downward facing dog. Good. From this down dog, let the knees find the mat, setting up for a dolphin pose. So if dolphin is new to you, go ahead and grab a block. Place a block at the top of the mat. This is going to be designed to make sure that your elbows stay in line with the wrists and get us in a good shoulder position. So I like to take the L shape of my hand on both sides, bring it to the outer edges of the block like so. And then once I'm set up here, I want to press my elbows down, find them in line with the wrists, let the toes tuck under, and now we're in our dolphin pose, like a down dog, but with the forearms down. So I'm still pushing away from the mat, and I'm still trying to relax the back of the head and neck as I move my chest towards the thighs. Might feel a little more sensation than you're used to in a down dog. See if you can breathe there. Keep pushing the floor away, strong in the shoulders. Good. Now staying as we are in the dolphin pose, we'll take an inhale. Left foot can step towards the center of the mat. We inhale to lift the right leg. Try to keep the hips square. Make sure we're continuing to press down through the elbows. Whole forearm connected to the mat. What do we have for 3? For 2. And 1. Exhale, right foot sets down next to the left. And we inhale to lift the left leg. Same setup, strong in the arms. Make sure you breathe. We're here for 3. For 2. And 1. Good. On the exhale, left foot sets down next to the right. Knees find the mat. Return to that child's pose. Forehead finds the mat in front of you. Next breath in pulls you forward one more time. Find that tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Again, we're just going to walk our knees through finding a comfortable seated position. Yeah. So we'll start sitting up, feet are flat on the floor. Use your left hand, reach through, grab hold of the right ankle. And then we're going to pull that right heel in next to your left hip. And here, left foot steps up and over the right thigh, setting up for a twist. So you can hug that left knee in towards the chest if this feels like enough. If you'd like to explore a little further, inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. And then exhale to take your right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. And shift the gaze over the left shoulder. It may not be happening here, but think about the left and right sits bone moving towards the mat so we're grounded in that position. And we look out of the left corner of both eyes and take deep breaths into the right side of the head. Next, inhale slowly, draws us back through center. Let your right arm hook from outside of that left knee. We'll bring the feet back to the starting position, flat on the mat in front of you. This time, your right hand reaches through, grabs the left ankle, and we pull that left heel in so that it's next to your right hip. And from here, right foot steps up and over. And again, we have options. So feel that grounding in the hips right away. Make an assessment based on that rather than where we necessarily want to go. Knee hugs in towards the chest. Option to stay, or inhale to reach your left arm up and overhead. On the exhale, your left hand travels outside the right thigh. Create a little bit of leverage here as we twist open to the right. Let the spine be tall, breathing into the back left bottom rib. Really good. Next breath in, slowly draws you back through center. Let the left arm unhook. Let the right leg uncross. Feet are flat out in front of you once again. And from this position, we'll grab hold of the shins and just one vertebrae at a time, begin to make our way down onto our backs. As you arrive right away, let the knees hug in towards the chest. Keep the back of the head down. Just feel space in the hips. If you want to rock them off the spine or maybe straighten the leg, just find those natural movements that feel good in your body. When you're ready, feet plant flat on the mat, heels underneath the knees. We're going to shift weight into the heels here, so it's almost like you could lift the toes up and away from the mat. Good. Now take a breath in, drive through the heels, lift the hips up and towards the ceiling. Shoulders back and the head stay down. Exhale, we lower one vertebrae at a time. Good. As the low back connects, we inhale, weight in the heels, expansion through the hips. Exhale to slowly lower down. Good. One more like that. Inhale, hips expand, shoulders press down. And exhale, we lower middle back, lower back, sacrum. Good. As the sacrum lands, let the feet find the outer edge of the mat, knees drop in towards the center. Taking this moment to be still, reacclimate with your space. Maybe take a hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Find that natural rhythm of the breath. Let the head come through center, so we're looking straight up at the ceiling above us. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently press your head into the mat and rock the head from side to side. Very gentle movements into the back of the neck, back of the head, the seat of the unconscious mind. Imagine that there was like a rubber stamp or something that you were using here, and just feeling sensation. When you're ready, take a moment to let the head come back through center. If you're comfortable with the legs as they are, you may stay there or let them extend to the corner edges of the mat, any position that's comfortable. If you to take a couple rounds of breath. So I like to use a 4, 7, 8 breath retention. If this is challenging for you, you can shorten or lengthen as necessary. We'll start with a cleansing breath. Feel the front of the rib cage expand towards the ceiling. And then open mouth, exhale, empty the lungs. Inhale here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, as always, let the breath just find its natural rhythm. Let go of that sense of control for a moment. Allow yourself to take up space on the mat. Settle in here for as long as you like. And let these next couple of minutes belong to you. As you settle in and find comfort in your Shavasana, I invite you to stay here for as long as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and leave our practice here. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.